Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Hi.
I'm
Yes.
Elizabeth,
And I'm Carolyn.
and I'm TOOLIZZFORYOU, to Liz for you on Instagram and Ravelry and Twitter. I don't use my Twitter that much, but Instagram I am as active as I try to be, and Ravelry I am on daily.
Did you post that picture of my stuff in the car?
I posted that to the Knitting in Our Jeans
Cool.
Instagram,
Cool.
which is Knitting in Our Jeans.
That's right.
We are so creative.
So creative. So I obviously have my makeup on. You don't.
I have some. I have concealer and primer on.
Okay.
Because
So
I have
anyway,
a lot of breakout situations going on.
I'm CPREDMOR on Ravelry and Instagram and Twitter, but I don't pay attention to Twitter. And we are dressed in red because it's Christmas Eve. And
Merry Christmas!
Yes,
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas! Happy holidays!
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah!
Because that started yesterday,
And
correct?
Kwanzaa's coming.
Yes.
Kwanzaa's coming. So anyway, and any other holidays that anyone celebrates, join in the festivities.
Festivus was yesterday, and Solstice was earlier this week.
Okay, we are in Alexandria, Virginia. We are visiting family. We took my mom and dad out to dinner last night at Bonefish in Arlington.
It was yummy.
It was great. We'd never been to Bonefish, so that was really good. What I found difficult was driving in the dark to a place I'd never been before. So even though the GPS was telling me turn here, turn there, it's hard to recognize things when it's really dark and there aren't lights out. Coming back was interesting. We came down the George Washington Memorial Parkway, which, if you take it long enough, goes all the way down to Mount Vernon. So it goes from Washington, D.C. Down to Mount Vernon, but we were only on a piece of it. We went by Reagan National Airport. It was really pretty last night.
Yeah, they had beautiful lights on.
Yes, they did. It's raining, or has been raining.
It's very cloudy.
And it's cloudy.
So we had to turn off the light that's next to Mom because
it was halo. I looked like an angel.
It was yellow, and the light from outside is blue, and it was causing me to look blue and Mom to look yellow. It was just not good. So we're gonna
Smurfs, somewhat.
I was a Smurf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm knitting rapidly on my mother's Christmas present. Yes, it's Christmas Eve, and I'm working on a Christmas present. As soon as I finish this row, I'll show you. This is actually the very last piece, and it's a short piece. I know because the matching one on the other end in black, which is a duplicate of this type of yarn, ended up being a short piece. So I don't think it's going to be a problem finishing. So you can see that this is purple and blues. My mother is a blue freak. And this was the only sparkly that I could find that had any blue in it at all. There was only one skein. And then, you could help me here.
I'm putting my knitting down.
This goes to purple.
With some shimmeries.
Yes, and then we have the off-white.
Silver.
And then we have the black shimmery, as you can see. So this is what this is going to be. So you can see that really I have about 7 inches left to go. But it's a nice long scarf, and the center parts are really snuggly. I mean, they're nice and soft. These ends, not so much. They're gorgeous, and I love to look at them, but they're kind of scratchy. So that's why I wanted to make sure that it'd be nice and long, so my mom could. I'm going to kill myself here with my knitting needles. Could tie it up. I'm not tying this tight because, again, I don't want to stab myself or lose my stitches. Anyway, so dinner last night was good. I had wild-caught mahi-mahi. That was really excellent. And there was stuff that all of us could eat, which was good, considering the food allergy twins here. And the drive actually was
not to
pretty
be a
good.
problem.
We got reservations, so Bonefish takes reservations, so that's nice. So many semi-fast food or fast casual places don't take reservations. So this was really, and the waiter was great. So he was quite solicitous of us and my mom, who likes Splenda. I can't have Splenda. It's made of sugar alcohols, but my mom loves Splenda. So he was like canvassing the restaurant to pick up extra Splenda packets.
Because apparently, so the restaurant ones, they came in like tubulars. They weren't the packets.
European.
They were the European like tubular packets. And apparently, people are known to take them from the restaurants, as per my grandmother. Well, which we know is pretty true because on the other side, on my dad's side, my grandfather, the last time we went out to dinner, took
at the diner
some prepackaged breadsticks because you know what, he's 92, and if he wants breadsticks, he's gonna take them. Which, you know what,
I'm sure they all look at anybody who's over 80 and go, they're gonna take some extra rolls.
Yeah.
And apparently we found out yesterday that his mother, Grandma, my husband's grandma, Nana, used to take rolls and stuff them in her purse. So he comes by it through hereditary. Yeah. Through heredity. I'll be able to speak maybe tomorrow.
Maybe.
So the
be a Christmas miracle.
Yes. Hey, buddy. So there's midnight mass tonight. There's dinner at my parents' house. So dinner first, then midnight mass. And then we will go over to my brother's house and put the presents under the tree. So
we need to wrap presents.
I need to wrap I need to finish a present and then wrap it. I have all my stuff.
I need to wrap both Dad and Uncle Rick's. And then I have to buy Grandpa's.
We didn't thank anybody for coming back in case anybody's paying attention, actually following us.
Well, thank you for coming back if you're returning. You know, it's like, and welcome if you are new.
That's right. I mean, we really do want to open arms. We are a big tent family, so we're definitely a big tent podcast. And, you know, I think that I'm going to be doing some sewing. We showed you my study in progress the last time, and we show it to you today, except we're not there. I have one set of 3 bookshelves are up and attached to the wall, so I've started.
So we can start filling them with yarn.
Yes, and so I can start filling them with yarn and my fabric. So I have a feeling that once I see my fabric, it'll be a lot more conducive to actually getting some sewing done. I still have 2 classes that I have to write, although as I sit and percolate, I've figured out that, one session has, assessed the environment like a ninja. And then yesterday on the radio, I was listening to NPR, and they were talking about how rest, but focused rest, can certainly help you be creative so that you're letting your mind think about some of the different things, but you're not actively trying to focus. And so your mind is enabling you to think of disparate ideas and hold them in that same space. And so you can come up with possibilities there. So, so as I keep thinking about it, I keep coming up with different things for different sessions. And, of course, I ran into the provost on Wednesday, and he said, so are you writing that class that, or are you doing something else? And I said, well, I'm writing the long class, and I'm also going to write a short 3-week class that'll segue in with the other professors from the LaSallian schools that, wanted to do a 4-person 3-week team teach thing for the semester-long thing in Rome. I don't know how they're going to do that. Anyway, I said I'd do that too. So I'm writing 1 3-week session and 1 12 to 15-week session. So 12 to 15 sessions for a long class. So anyway, that'll get done. I hope to get it done before New Year's so that I don't have to think about that while we're on vacation. So that'll be fun.
That'll be good.
Yeah. And let's see. So I'm knitting away on this. I have my Remember cowl in the other room. Actually, I have the yarn for it. I will be finished casting on and start knitting on that tomorrow, because Sockmatician has a Christmas cast on, Christmas Eve cast on, something like that. And I said I was going to do that. And then I also have the gloves for
my boyfriend.
Yes, for him to make. And I think I left
them for Mom to make for him, not for her to hand him this stuff.
Right. Anyway, I think I left it in the car.
I think so.
So I have to go downstairs and get that. They're going to be an alpaca.
They're an alpaca silk blend.
Right. And it's green. And so as soon as I finish my mom's, I'm going to cast those on.
My hair is not behaving.
Oh, well.
Whatever.
And I'm going to have to do a gauge swatch, because his hands are a little bit bigger than mine. And but my gloves, I think, fit his turkey imprint.
She had him do a hand turkey a little while ago.
Yes, I don't think he's figured out why.
I don't think so either.
So we could tell him it's for New Year's. So anyway, I have his hand turkey so I could fit the gloves. His hands are a little bit bigger than mine, but my gloves would fit it. So I think if I make these gloves just a little bit bigger than the gloves I made for myself, and it may be just a matter of casting on 4 extra stitches, kind of like you do with socks. But I think a gauge swatch would be good. Since I made mine in wool and his are going to be in the alpaca silk. So
okay, yeah, it's a different yarn, so you should probably swatch.
And let's see, we're at a Residence Inn, so we had breakfast.
We did. Well, yesterday was exciting because, as we know, we are the allergy twins.
What a disaster.
I can't believe it. So we go and we stop at a rest area that has Starbucks, and they make me a soy hot chocolate. I have 2 sips. Something is not right. This does not taste like my hot chocolate. What is going on here? I have a few more sips, and I'm like, this is real milk. So I asked the woman, did you make this with soy milk? Because it says S for soy milk, not SK for skim. And she doesn't say anything, but she remade me one. And I know it was out of soy milk because, 1, it tasted right, and 2, I actually saw the soy milk out on the counter this time. So I've been slightly sick all since yesterday evening, but I think I'm better now, which is good.
It is good.
Because being sick on Christmas Eve is not fun.
It's not fun. And Mom is making ham.
Oh, I'm so excited for ham.
Maybe we'll be lucky and have biscuits, so we can have ham biscuits.
Ooh. You can have biscuits. I can't ever have biscuits.
Unless we make them gluten-free.
Right, unless we make them.
Anyway, ham biscuits would be so good. I believe it's a honey-baked ham we're having. So Mom is all excited about having dinner tonight. She's saying this may be the last big family dinner she hosts. My dad is getting a little unsteady on his legs. And so we'll see. My mom is just all set up for entertaining. I mean, that entertaining is her middle name, which in her mind is a dinner, it's drinks, it's
dessert, it's chatting.
Yeah.
It's the whole 9 yards. So we'll bring our knitting, and we will sit there with the family and chat, and it'll be great.
It will be.
But, I guess I should talk about what I'm working on, if my needles decide to not be
What
in.
are you working
on? So I'm working on a Gather hat by Tin Can Knits for one of my coworkers, because one of my coworkers made an offhand comment that I should make her a hat for Christmas, or I should just make her a hat because she has a very small head. She does have a very small head. I will give her that. But I was kind of like grumble until Tuesday. And then I was like, I'm going to knit her a hat, which means I have to knit the other 2 women in the office a hat.
Because otherwise there'll be gossip.
Well, and also, I don't want to...
Favoritism.
I mean, I am making it for the ladies. I'm not making any for the men in the office, but I figure that's okay because I want to make...
When they see the hat, I'm not sure.
We'll see. But this one is for my coworker, Christine. She doesn't...
Well, you've known her for a while.
Christine was on my first project with this company when I was an intern 5 years ago.
Right.
So, yeah. But it's out of a blue and...
It's brighter than it really is.
Yeah, it's a little bit darker. But I can't remember what blue it is, but it's out of Chadwick by Juniper Moon Farm. It's an alpaca and merino blend. It's really nice.
That's a nice halo.
Yeah, and it's a single, but it's a really strong single. Unlike most singles.
Yeah.
So I really like working with it. So this is going to be a Gather hat. And she only wears her hat like my father only wears a hat when it's really cold and it's snowing and they're shoveling. So I figure, you know what? If she only wears it when she's shoveling, that's fine. She's not really a hat person, but I want to make Gather, and I think it'll be just fine on her. And I'm making that in a size small. I think it was free. I have it because it was free last year when they were doing their 24 days of Christmas, a free pattern a day. I think it's a pay-for pattern now, but it's really, really beautiful. It's got a patch of smocking up the one part. But right now I'm still on the ribbing. It's 2x2 ribbing. I don't think I'm giving away any secret sauce telling you that a hat is started with 2x2 ribbing.
I don't think so.
And then...
If we are, we're sorry.
Yeah. And then for
that's pretty.
My other coworker,
I like that.
My project manager, Ayana, who's been wonderful to me.
She did try to kill you one day.
She did, but she didn't
By accident.
She immediately tried to fix it and realized
Spit it out.
Spit it out. Turned into a total mom. It was the funniest thing. Except for the fact that I had slight anaphylactic reactions.
My legs are tingling.
My throat is tingling. Mom, what do I do? I actually called my mom and said that.
Go get Benadryl fast.
So this is Bijou Basin Ranch.
I like that.
I can't. It's an alpaca. No, it's a yak
Buffalo.
and
yak.
No,
yak
it's
and
yak and bamboo.
Oh.
Because she can't wear wool, so it's really soft. Feel it. Isn't it really soft? So I'm gonna make her. I'm making her a Wurm. So it's a double brim. I hope it'll fit her. I think her head's a little bit smaller than mine, but this fits me. So I don't know. Oh well. She can wear the slouchy hat because she's a cool mom like that.
This is disappearing.
Good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's what we want.
But she can, I think she can pull it off. I just have to get working on it. But as I said, it's...
Yeah, because right now it's not a hat.
No, it's a brim, but I figured if I could get through the brim, then that was step one. And then I have...
Well, right now, I'm on track to finish all 3 Christmas presents by Christmas.
Good.
So
my goal is to finish these hats
I finished my father's.
by Tuesday when I go back
and
to
I
work.
think I posted that on Instagram.
I think you did too.
And then, what was the other one? Oh, I finished Poonam's. That was the gray shawl, gray scarf. So that's 2. And then this is 3. And then your significant others is 4.
So then, for the coworker who has the small head, I have these 2 colors. I'm going to make a tin can knit Barley, I believe, hat. It's in the Simple collection. It's just it's a knit hat with a pearl section. Yes, the Simple collection is free with a garter stitch section. But I'm going to make one in child size and one in adult small, and she can pick which one fits her better.
Speaking of which, those Simple patterns, they just came out with a new shawl.
Really?
Yes.
In the Simple collection?
Well, I got it in my email, so I'm assuming it's new. So you might want to go check that out. Yeah. That was pretty neat.
And then...
Oh.
I also think I lost my mind. So Ayana has a daughter. Who is adorable. And she came into the office a few weeks ago, and she's decided my name is Lauren. So she calls me Miss Lauren. Which is funny because my cousin's name is Lauren.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fine. No big deal. No harm, no foul. So
it's really pretty.
She's the most adorable little girl.
Are you making her a bum hugger?
No, I'm making her a kitty hat. So they went to Disney, and at Disney they call little girls princesses and little boys princes. And my boss's daughter was like, I'm not a princess, I am Simba!
Of course.
Because she's 4 and adorable. And so I want to make her a Simba hat. So I'm going to make a chunky kitty hat. Pretty much it's a circle that you seam up the top and looks like kitty ears with a faux fur brim.
I love it.
So that she can be Simba. That should knit up really fast. I'm hoping that it'll knit up really fast because I'm going to bring them all into work on Tuesday. But I couldn't make one for everyone else and not make one for her because she was just adorable. And I found the faux fur in my stash and I was like, what else am I going to use it for? Nothing really.
Oh, I didn't even know you had that.
We got it in one of the gift bags from Vogue Knitting Live.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you have one too.
Or I traded it. Because I don't have all my yarn up in the in the cave yet.
Those are the hats that I've lost my mind over.
You certainly have.
And then, those are Christmas gifts I have to wrap. But see, I'm not going to show it on camera. But see, I got Daddy one like you, but
cool.
His is green.
Very nice.
So you can always know if he's stolen yours. I got a headlamp from my dad. and won't let him borrow it to do
No.
work on the engine. So Daddy asked me for one, so I got him a green one.
We can tell them apart.
Yes.
I love mine because then on the boat, light, you can't move where the lights are. So I can focus down. I can actually see what I'm knitting. It's good.
And then I've gotten some progress, not enough to really tell, on the Gramps cardigan for my grandfather. I have no oomph to get it done, which is unfortunate because I need to get it done, but it's like...
Otherwise, it's a monkey on your back.
I know, and I'm working on it.
Kind of like my classes that I have to write.
Mm-hmm. And then, just in case I feel like doing something, I have my Hamilton bag with my Wonder Woman yarn and my sock pattern that I showed you all last week to knit.
Speaking of which, Christmas presents. If you all have finished Christmas presents, you should go to Bakery Bears and Ravelry and submit them in the Christmas knit finished objects because they're going to pull winners. And I've posted my 2, and I'm hoping to be able to post this one later today.
I need to post Liv's.
So that I can be entered in. So something to think about.
Yes, and then...
And there's more.
There's one more, because I haven't done much on the lefty, but that's okay. So, a few months ago, I found, as the paper crinkles, this mystery cowl, the Art Yarns Key of Life Shawl. You need to have 2 400 yard skeins of art yarns. They suggest the Merino Cloud or the Ensemble Light or the Rhapsody Light. But I had a skein of Ensemble Glitter. I had this skein. And then I found this pattern.
Did we get the yarn cross?
Yes. And then I bought this one online, and because they go really well together. And then I reread the pattern a few days ago because I knew I had to do something with it before the end of the year. I thought it was just post a picture of the yarns. No, you have to finish Clue 1 before the end of the year or else you don't get the rest of the parts. So I did Clue 1, and it looks really pretty.
It does.
And I got Clue 2 last night after I posted that photo. So maybe I'll work on this a little bit.
It's really pretty.
At Christmas Eve. So that I don't carry around other people's Christmas gifts and, stuff like that. Even though they're not for the family, I still probably shouldn't be carrying them around so I don't lose them and stuff like that.
Losing things. Speaking of which, I lost my set of her keys entirely.
It's okay. It's okay.
So with luck, we'll find them either in my car, because I was out in my car yesterday.
Right.
So it's possible they fell off there. Now, I keep them on a carabiner. So
we'll take a look.
Or they could be at the house because I know the keys fell to the floor.
It's not a big deal.
I'm upset just because I feel like an idiot. And how a carabiner loses keys like that. We're going to have to get, you're right, a screw
the
top.
locking ones.
Yeah, one of the locking carabiners. Because you go to a parking garage and you have to take the keys off. And if you got them on the key ring, they're trying to separate. I end up breaking my nails trying to get the key off. So the carabiner seemed like a brilliant idea.
Until right now.
Keys. Yeah, until right now. And I've had this carabiner for years, so
it's okay.
I don't get it. Anyway.
It's all good.
Anyway.
No worries.
So I was knitting like crazy in the car. Most of this purple was knit in the car yesterday. The drive down was horrendous. The traffic was just a bear. We saw some truly inhumane accidents. I mean, it wasn't just 2 cars. There were usually 4 to 6 cars that had been in a pileup. Multiple hoods smashed to the windshields, that kind of thing. Our prayers go with those people who are involved in the accidents because I'm sure many were taken to the hospital. I mean, considering that I was just in a rear end collision, and I was taken to the hospital, and now...
I was too, when I got...
I was clear, but then later had jaw problems, so there's just a lot that can happen.
And my bruising, I had mine almost 2 years ago, and I still have bruising on my legs.
So, our prayers and thoughts go with those people. Yeah. So it was a long drive.
So if you're traveling... Please be careful.
Please be
from
careful.
now until the new year, because there are crazies out on the road.
Well, and even though I know people try to slide in ahead of you, if you leave appropriate space, leave appropriate space, because you need to be able to stop when the yuts that are 6 cars ahead stops immediately, you want to be able to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So please leave enough room and keep dropping back if people keep coming in on you. It's tough to give up your place, but it may save your life.
Being late is so much better than being in the
Yes.
hospital.
Yes.
But, yeah,
So we're hosting New Year's at my house.
we are hosting New Year's. So
Yes.
next week, I think we're going to do a bit of a on-location in the kitchen situation.
This ought to be all right.
It'll be great.
So we're making a list, checking it twice to see what we're baking and cooking and getting ready. And I have to start divvying up what everybody's going to bring.
Yes.
We've got a couple knitters that are coming, and then we've got a lot of boat people and a lot of Villanovans.
A good amount of Villanovans.
So it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. And then the next day, we, your father and I, will be going over to the boat club because they've got something during the afternoon. You're welcome to come if you want.
I don't know.
It's up to you.
I think Sarah wants me to teach her how to knit.
Ah, okay. And so that's the first. Then we work on the second.
Yep.
And then we leave.
You work on the second? I have off on the second.
Your father is working on the second.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. And then repack, and we're off to Tortola. So there'll be 1 week where we don't podcast because we have difficult enough time podcasting when we're together, much less trying to do it long distance. And there's very little, last year we found there's very little internet that we had when we were sailing out of Tortola. Not every port had internet. I think Norman Island was one that was very difficult unless you were right in the restaurant on shore. So you have to be very close, and since it's not our boat, we don't have a repeater. And your father doesn't want to pay $15 a day for better internet. I may.
Do it without his knowledge?
Well, I don't know that I can, but I might be able to convince him. Anyway, what I did find out is that, if...
How are you going to handle next year? Or 2 years from now when you go and do this and it's the Olympics? Oh, the Olympics aren't until February.
We're going to, on our own boat, we will get a repeater. Plus, if we go to an online set of classes, then, working versus non-working, working certainly pays to have the enhanced internet on the boat.
Right.
So that's not a problem. And let's see, what else is new and exciting? I think that's about it. Oh, my email got hacked last weekend.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Because I sent Mom an email of what we had discussed when we went over there last weekend about the different menus for the New Year's party, and she wasn't getting it. So I sent it to the other email. And
that went through.
She went through, and she goes, I don't understand this. And then all of a sudden she goes, I've been hacked. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Everything was sent to trash. And then they had taken my email and then had spammed God knows how many people using my email, but a different identity on my email.
Oh, well.
So, really bizarre.
Extremely bizarre, but...
So, IT, and it was my work email. So, IT got on the case, and, I emailed someone I know in IT. I've known him for years and years. He said, immediately change your password. Coworker, the next day after we finally
gave her some clues on how to change the password to a secure password.
Take a book off your shelves. What? Go ahead.
The point is, you're not supposed to tell people.
No, you're supposed to. I can take any book off the shelf.
Okay.
Take a book off the shelf. This is a book. It's now a book. Oh, that does have things in the back. So you can take anything you can open the book to a certain page. Maybe you turn to page 10 all the time, or you can take what's on the front cover. And you can take the first letters, you can take every second letter, figure out your own code, and then your book becomes the key to your password, but no one knows what it is. I went, that's freaking brilliant. So I've done that. So I've gone from things that would be easy to remember for me, but I thought would be difficult for anybody else to. I can't imagine how they'd figure this one out unless they knew what book I pulled off the shelves. And of course, since we just threw out, God knows, probably 2,000 paperbacks. I actually gave them to the Vietnam veterans.
Good.
Most of my physical books now are knitting books. So I'll be using titles of knitting books and maybe the second letters therein. And then throw in some
numbers and
symbols
capitals.
and numbers and capitals, stuff like that. But I thought that was absolutely brilliant. So I feel much more secure.
Clue for people who want to, have more secure passwords and don't want to use a password generator like 1Password or something like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. So that's, and you should change them at least once a year. So I figure I'll take a new book down on my birthday and we'll do that. So it works for me.
Sounds like such an exciting birthday activity.
What? You get to look at a book. It's a cherished book.
Oh,
you think about it, and then you get to think about it all year because it's your password. And then I took a picture of the book in case I lost the book.
Of course
so
you did.
That I would be able to figure out my password again. So that worked out pretty well. What else? That is...
I think that's about it. It's a pretty short episode because it's been a pretty short week. I mean,
It has been a short week. You were at our house on Sunday?
On Sunday for IKEA.
Right.
And then...
And we podcasted then.
Yeah, and then Monday was... I had off, and then... Because I took off, and then...
we had the office party.
We had the office party.
It was really good.
And then...
Capitol Grill was really good.
It was very good. And then... Tuesday I went into work.
I had 4 sips of my drink and had to give it up.
And I had the rest of it.
It made me happy with 4 sips. Any more than that, I would have been ill.
Yes. Unfortunately.
I cleaned up my office. At least I started to.
You texted me about that.
I did. I didn't take any pictures. I was exhausted. In fact, I almost fell asleep driving home on Wednesday. But I had this huge army green filing cabinet in my office that I didn't give me joy, so it had to go. And so I cleaned it out and had to move my desk. Now the desk is so unmovable that I thought it was attached to the wall, but I eventually emptied the desk and then was able to butt push it so that I could angle it to get the filing cabinet out. Got the filing cabinet out, looked in the hall and said, there is a Billy cabinet in the hall, Billy bookshelf. So I called a friend of mine who I thought the cabinet belonged to the bookshelf. She said, nope, it's yours, go take it. So I got that back in. So the few things from the filing cabinet that I wanted to save, which is like copies of my past research, the published research, that's holding it down to the bottom since I can't attach it to the wall. And so it's a lot more light in the area. My desk is emptier. Of course, my office doesn't look that much better because I didn't empty some of the other bookshelves, but this took me till 3 o'clock. So, and I was kind of staggering tired. Note to self, when you're moving furniture like that, go to Starbucks, get an espresso so you can stay awake on the 2-hour drive home. I think I would have been fine if I could have just kept moving.
Yeah, but it was
stop and go and wait, and I would just and I shake myself awake. Obviously, not a safe thing to do.
No, don't do that. Also,
don't
holiday
do that.
Pro tip: if you get tired, pull over, take a quick cat nap, and then get back on the road.
Yes.
Do not drive sleepy.
Do not drive like I did. That was really stupid. It's really stupid. So next time I'm grabbing a Starbucks before I start.
Good idea.
Let's see what else. I think that is about it. I know that our local knitting store on New Year's Day is having an open house and apparently a sale on some yarns.
Maybe we'll meet over there then.
And
maybe Sarah and I will meet you there.
So we'll see.
Because we have to come back to the house anyways to pick up Cass's car on New Year's Day.
Okay. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so again, thank everybody who's coming back, and if this is your first visit, God help you. This is us unvarnished. Oh, speaking of which, I broke one of my darn pretty needles. Not this one, obviously, but they're laminated layers, and this thing in this section, I took it out of the bag coming home from work, and about an inch and a half is broken off.
Have you emailed them?
No.
Email them. Maybe they'll give you an idea or have you send it back.
Yeah.
Or
well, meantime, I'm thinking I could put it. I won't do it until I email them. But I was thinking I could put it in a pencil sharpener and fix
email
it that
them
way.
first.
I will.
They might
I'll take a picture.
Yeah, they might have a warranty kind of policy or just a general craftsmanship. But that's okay. You still have them.
I do.
You can just
say. So anyway, I was kind of surprised because usually they're they're very good. I've only broken the other ones, which we talked about before.
Yes.
So, and this I didn't break. It was in the bag. It went in whole and came out broken. So I don't know what happened. It may have been just an internal structural failure.
Maybe.
Because I love these needles.
She does.
And
she loves them a lot.
I do. I
need to get a haircut.
And I like the 5-inchers, so I will. That's a good idea. I will email them. All right, and that's about all I know.
I think that's about it.
So enjoy your holidays, and we'll have another short one probably next week.
Probably, where we might have even some
revelers.
Interlopers, I was going to say.
Interlopers and cooking.
Yes, and some cooking. So I think next week might be a little bit more cooking focused.
Yes.
But other than that, I think
we'll say goodbye.
Yawny today. I don't know.
Oh my
why.
Goodness. Because you're up and down all night.
Probably, yes. Yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
Well, thank you for coming to join us, and we will see you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.